Executor on Elden Ring and Nightreign is very fun, but it's kind of confusing. Do you want to stay on your normal weapon? Do you want to go into your core sword to parry? Like, what is the playstyle? What should you be doing? Well, there's a particular strategy that you can use on Executor to get all the benefits from using your core sword while using your main weapon to do an insane amount of damage. Well, in this video, we're going to go through every one single trick that you can get for this class and how to do more damage with it and when to use it, as well as some build tips and tricks that will help you get a better result. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning. And go check the full video if you're coming from shorts. First of all, how should you use your weapons? The main strategy right now is to use your normal weapon that does a lot of damage, that can trigger bleed, that can get you an insane amount of interesting effects, and you can use your special power as well with it to do an insane amount of damage. And as soon as you understand that you need to go and actually parry because you're getting attacked, your allies are not taking hits or stuff like this, you go into your core sword to actually parry the enemy's attacks and be, well, kind of invulnerable. And once you actually get your sword golden like this, you use your special attack to do a lot of damage to the enemy. There are also some people who don't even use the core sword. They just attack, and as soon as they see that they need to actually use some sort of defensive, they just evade like this to prevent getting attacked, and then go back to their normal playstyle and attacking over and over again. They almost never use the actual core sword. But this kind of sucks because, well, the main point of playing the Executor is to actually use your parry and feel like you're a samurai, like in Sekiro, right? Well, there's a very good way of actually doing this while also not getting affected by the lack of mobility you have on your core sword and getting all the advantage of your weapon as well. Most people don't know this, but whenever you actually pull out your core sword, you actually parry at the same time. The same applies to whenever you're sheathing your weapon. Gonna do it one more time just in case. Right there, there we go, and now we're back to our normal weapon. It almost has the same amount of frames that your normal block has, being able to just sheath and unsheath your weapon at all times and parry everything while doing this. You can just keep doing it and almost be, well, okay, there I go, hey there. It was not that simple, but you can just do it over and over again and not get hit ever. It's super cool. This means that you can be super aggressive, just do damage, just, you know, completely destroy your enemy, just like this. And then as soon as you see that one attack is gonna happen, you sheath your weapon and then go back and keep doing damage. A big problem I used to have with this weapon is that I would have to decide, do I want to do damage or do I want to use my core sword to defend myself and have the parry style? But now you can actually, now that we know this, we can just have both of them with no issues at all. You just have to consider your activation of your core sword button as another parry, and then boom, you're done. And at the same time, you can use your special attack way more, doing way more damage and making your entire damage profile way better. It's also important to say that whenever you actually counter something like this, as soon as I parry something and I use my heavy attack, you're gonna see that a new animation will play that will be super fast, do more stagger, and also do more damage. Using this while doing every one of your other types of attacks will give you so much more damage. It's super cool. And it will make you the best Executor and best samurai in Elden Ring ever. It's also important to note that passive abilities apply to your core sword, especially abilities like the swords, the glint swords that appear on the top of your character, even when you're having your core sword, which is super cool. And you can heavily abuse this by not having a lot of passive attacks, like do more damage with two-handed weapons, restore health on successful counters, or restore FP on successful counters. But you can have your main weapon as one that creates some sort of power effect like the glint blades and get the benefit of those too. As long as they don't have this particular symbol with the little hand, this will apply to your core sword. And I'm not saying that you should be on your core sword at all times, but you want to benefit from everything you have even when you're at your core sword. That is, in my opinion, the biggest thing to make your Executor build really work, to get benefits at all times with your build. For example, what type of weapon passives are the best to take advantage of with Executor? Obviously, attack boost is always going to be good. Continuous HP recovery is always going to be good. But things that interact with critical hits, because you're always staggering your enemies by parrying them, like hit, critical hit will get you more HP or more FP, is great. Guard counters activate holy attacks, will make you do more holy damage. So you're going to be countering at all times. Improve attack power while two-handing, improve critical hits, improve dexterity, improved guard counters that will make your guard counter that we talked about before do way more damage. Improve stance breaking when two-handing, as this will help you do more crits as well. And even though they're not here on this list, anything that will trigger on successful guard counters or just guards. In terms of relics, there's also an insane amount that actually help you get value of all of this. HP recovery from successful guarding is super good. Critical hits boost stamina recovery speed. Critical hits earn runes 300 per crit. Oh my god. Improved guard counters. Improved critical hits. Guard counter is given a boost based on current HP. That's super fun. Tank Executor incoming. Art gauge fills moderately upon critical hits. Art gauge charged when successful guarding. This will let you go and use your ult whenever you want. Just permanently become a huge beast and do a lot of damage. But also, what should you do with your ult? How do you do more damage with it? How can you min-max it? Well, of course, you have your roar that does a lot of damage in AoE. You want to use this whenever you have a lot of enemies around you, but it doesn't do the most amount of damage compared to your normal attacks. Your Q is the one that does the most amount of damage. It does around, here we go, 500 damage, absolutely great, but it makes you disappear from your ult. So you want to use it at the very end of the combo. Time exactly to do this. 1, 2, and then the third one, and then you're going to be able to just get the Q going and not lose your ultimate, doing the most amount of damage you could ever do. This obviously will change if you get yourself some relic that makes your ultimate last longer or stuff like this. But other than that, it should be working this way. You can also check in the bottom of your screen your ultimate and how long it has to run out. You also have your passive ability Tenacity, which doesn't really do anything. It boosts after recovering from status elements, but you probably don't want to get hit by stuff like this, and unless you have a way to do this over and over again with your own weapon, like the seppuku that makes you lose your own health, it's really not going to be worth it. And even then, I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be worth losing as much health as you can as you're doing here, just because of to get your buff. It's just not really worth it, even if it's pretty cool. I would also heavily recommend you to check this video out from Boomstick Gaming that has this cheat sheet that not only shows you the perfect type of weapons that you can use for Executor, and of course the stats that it scales with, but also other tricks. It's super useful to have all of these weapons categorized on how good they are for Executor. And of course, as this class scales with Dexterity and Arcane the most, these are the weapons that are very useful with them. The Arcane scaling of the Executor will make any weapon that scales with status effects like Frostbite, Bleeds, and Poison super good. So if you see one of them, it's going to be an absolutely must to have in your build. It is also important to say that the Cursed Sword, for some reason, also scales with Faith. But unless you're going for only attacking with your Cursed Sword build, I would not really worry about it too much. Well, there you go. I think that's all there is for you to min-max as much as you can with Executor, become the best, and I'm gonna be playing Executor exclusively on my stream on twitch.tv/TerranceWithS, playing with only parry, and I'm not gonna dodge at all. Gonna see how far I can go and how good I can get at this game. So subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning, and see you guys around. Love you all. Ciao ciao.